Good morning and welcome back to another video, and today is another day of the 0 to Gold Cap Challenge. Now just stick around and enjoy the video. Okay, so today we are going to be going over the gold for the day for the starters of all of this. So that being the case, let's have a look at what we've actually got for the gold for the day. Bear in mind, I didn't actually repost yesterday because I was spending all day yesterday doing all of my characters on the new Scourge invasion, trying to get their gear up and making sure that they all got their 115 weapon right there. So obviously Giblet is terrible at the moment, but at least he's got a 115 heroic level Sentinel branch from what's his face? Nathanos Blightcaller, so that is pretty cool. Basically, I've just been doing all of the introductory stuff on all of my characters because we're going to be doing the daily stuff in order to get up all of our gear ready for Shadowlands so we can get into gold making a bit faster. But aside from that, let's jump into the gold for the day, which is a healthy 36,692. Things of note, Basilisk Eyes. Yep, Basilisk Eyes once again for 21,385 gold for 138 of them. That's pretty damn good. I'm quite happy with that. Dreamleaf, on the other hand, pretty much dipped in the price as of expected. That is around about 6,448 gold for those. That is 988. So basically half an hour's worth of farming I've managed to sell that Dreamleaf for, so that's always a good bet. So basically we've just proved that they are selling. Definitely the Dampskull Basilisk Eyes on my realm, my server specifically, they sell rather well. Now the other things of note with the Dreamleaf will always sell. I never have any qualms with any of that. We did sell some Yesera seeds, but to be honest, they're not selling for an awful lot. It's really just the Dreamleaf that you're going for. Other things of note, we actually sold some Adamantite ore, 211 of that for 1,152 gold. The Adamantite ore don't sell for an awful lot of gold. It's the Fel Iron and the Corium ore that sell for the best. Along with that, we actually sold some Rich Jelly, 23 of those for 3,056 gold, so that's not too bad. We sold a load of Leaping Hatchlings, finally. Probably wasn't the best casual farm than I actually thought about, but it's better to test it and then let you guys know the actual results of those. We sold some thermal anvils for not an awful lot of gold. That was mainly just to level up my engineering because that was one of the best practices to actually get it up in that sense. So I'm quite happy with just selling them for piss all because they don't go for that much, but at least I can actually get some gold back. Other things of note, we actually sold some Eternium ore from our farm the other day, 36 of that for 1,027 gold. The other things of note is not an awful lot. We actually sold the weighted Jack-o'-lanterns, 332 for 315 gold. That was from Hallow's End, but I basically had a load of those, so I wanted to sell. So the thing of the note is the Dampskull Basilisk Eyes, and I noticed in the comments from that video that you wanted to see if it sold, so here is the proof. The Dampskull Basilisk Eyes sold, and that is twice in 1 week that we've actually sold Dampskull Basilisk Eyes, so that's pretty damn good. Aside from that, let's pull in 36,000 gold's worth of stuff. Now, if I did constant material farming, I probably would be able to get a hell of a lot more gold per day than all of that stuff if you just basically just did an hour's worth every single day. I know that's monotonous and boring. Maybe switch it up with like one herbalism farm, one mining farm, and one skinning farm, and then just rotating between every 3 days. That would work. You'd definitely make a fair bit of gold, and overall that would be quite good. So aside from that, we actually got some gold back. You're probably wondering I've actually got a little bit less. That's because I spent about 80,000 gold yesterday because I wanted to do some Arcanite bars, and it cost like 76,000 gold to buy out 200 arcane crystals from the auction house. Don't worry, there is a plan to that, and it's all based upon proc chance and also just flipping them into the Arcanite bars. But I need a little bit of setup before I can actually go over my results, because I'm trying to work out what the actual proc chance is on basically the transmutes. So obviously I need to require a bit of testing to go through that, but I'll obviously get my gold back from that as well, because it's quite a good standard flip in order to do. So aside from all of that, what else do we actually need to have a look at? Well, today I really wanted to just do like an overview of where we actually stand at this moment in time on my server specifically. So let's have a gander at what it actually is. So we're going into WorthIt because obviously we prefer to do farming. We're going to have a look at mining. So mining for me at the moment is Serenite ore is definitely the best at 13,841 gold. We can also see that Fell Iron ore is doing quite well, so we'll definitely go over that. I was thinking doing a tester in Nagrand, that would probably be a good one, because this one's for Terracar Forest, the one that's in WorthIt, and I would like to price match against it with the Nagrand one, because I'm going through quite a lot of updates at the moment when it comes towards like WorthIt data logs. So that's something I do want to intend on having a look at moving forward. Obviously, no one wants to be farming up Imperium. It doesn't go for an awful lot because it's like 200 gold for an hour's worth of farming, which is nothing. So, that being the case, let's have a look at Herbalism. Herbalism, no, nothing's going to be that good. This seems to be like an over-exacerbated one. So yeah, we can see that all the prices on this one has just been reset for higher prices. So we don't want to farm up Fade Leaf. I would say the same as with Grom's Blood, but that is dependent on that. So Grom's Blood actually is... oh my... yeah, it's actually a hell of a lot cheaper. Never mind, I'm actually being stupid. This one's actually an accurate gold per hour. So Grom's Blood's doing quite well at this moment in time for me, but in particular, obviously we could do the Whiptail farm. Not really overly that keen on it. You don't really want to do any of this stuff over here for fishing at the moment. Obviously, when it comes towards Shadowlands, I will be on fishing like immediately because it's like one of the best things to actually do. Primarily, everyone goes for a rush towards herbalism and mining, and there's an oversaturation in the market. So I tend to go with fishing, and that is because everyone forgets about it, or the majority of people forget about it. And then what else I do is I actually pair that with my cooking. So I level my cooking up, and I do all my fishing, and then I turn them into food, which then I sell on for even more profit because I'll be like one of the only people actually doing it on my server. So that is something that I do actually make a lot of gold on at the beginning of an expansion, and that is doing my fishing, then turning it into food, and then selling that on, as opposed to everyone rushing for mining and herbalism and trying to get as much gold as they can through that, and then the price drops and drops and drops and drops. Obviously you can make some good gold through that, so don't get me wrong, it's pretty good. But I tend to go with fishing because you seem to have a lot of competition, and with fishing there's next to no competition with that, and there's different types of zones that I can actually be fishing in. So that's something I will be doing moving forward. I've actually been leveling up my fishing and everything with all that stuff. So moving on to skinning, and it looks like the wind scales seem to be doing really well. That looks like an over-exacerbated price, and it most certainly is. The actual region average sell rate is around about 99 gold, but for my server specifically, the market value is 268 to 299. Probably wouldn't actually farm that up because that seems to be very over-exacerbated at the moment, especially with like not high leather being 5 gold, even though its market value was 2 gold 86. So that's probably something I don't want to actually do or actually focus on. By the way, when it comes towards like WorthIt in the future, the next update, once we've fixed the issue with the recorder, once that actually goes live, you will have custom price strings. So that is something to look forward to right there. You'll be able to work on custom price strings for your own WorthIt, so you can value stuff as you see fit. But aside from all of that, turtle scales, and to be honest, over-exacerbated once again. This is not so good. When it comes to skinning, you've got to be a bit smart with all this. With Devilosaur leather, I find Devilosaur leather is pretty damn good. The price isn't, it seems to be quite good, quite stable. It's only really the Devilosaur leather, which is like 3 gold above the market value. So we know that that's just a flux. but at the moment it's like 8,000 gold per hour, probably not worth it to actually go ahead and do. So we've had a look at all of that. What else could we actually have a look at? We could have a look at flipping. So flipping, we could have a gander at all of that. Now, to be quite frank, with flipping at the moment, I wouldn't actually risk it all that much. I know it seems like, oh, you can make a decent amount of gold with that. I probably wouldn't risk it. I'm actually going to be working on my trade skill master at this moment in time. So obviously I've been working on the Arcanite bars and all of that stuff, but also I've been having a look at all of my different things, so like crafting with my mounts. So if I wanted to craft with mounts, I can, and I can make quite a hefty amount of gold with that, and that would do quite well, especially like if I wanted to craft Vial of Sands. But remember, it will cost me a hell of a lot of gold to actually do that particular thing. Aside from all of that, we can also just clear the queue. Don't worry about all of that other stuff. But bags seem to be doing quite well at the moment. Bags always sell really well. So if you're wanting to make gold at the moment, bags, definitely bags. Forget about the Flask of the Winds. That's my personal preference. I'd only recommend stuff if it actually works. True gold, if you have the Transmute Master thing on your alchemy, then I would suggest crafting that to sell. Same goes for the Arcanite bars, but obviously I'm doing some testing with the Arcanite bars, so hold fire if you really want me to actually give you my results on how that all works. Now, aside from all of that, what else seems to be doing quite well? Well, Glyphs will obviously do well. So if we actually cleared that, we unchecked that, we went down and we closed all of these down toward inscription, and we just went to Glyphs. Now, if we went to just Glyphs and we actually if we went into flipping and unchecked that, and then we restocked the groups, we can see that we could spend 19,000 gold's worth on Glyphs, making a hell of a lot of Glyphs, and then we'll actually make, once we've actually sold all of those, 23,694 gold for that. That's pretty damn good. That's like double the actual investment price, so that's pretty damn good moving forward. Now, aside from that, what do I intend to do as well when it comes to all of this? Well, to be honest, when it comes towards Shadowlands coming in like the next 2 weeks, I don't see the point in actually crafting a hell of a lot of stuff at this moment in time, because then I won't have enough of a gold float to play with when we go into Shadowlands. So actually I'm holding on to as much gold as I possibly can, and obviously we've got that massive investment of mounts that are in our bank, and that's probably what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to keep a hold of those mounts. The mounts seem to flux in price, so if we actually we went to the wrong thing, but we actually closed that down, and apparently we've got a little bit of lag. But yeah, we still got loads of materials. The prices are going up. Obviously, at the moment we purchased the Saronite ore for 7 gold. We actually, it's actually currently going at 10 gold, so we're waiting for that to go back up in price. And same with Knothide leather, same with the Felslate. Felslate seems to be about the same as well as that. And judging by all of this, I could probably actually do a resell on a load of stuff moving forward for a little bit of a hefty price. Now, obviously, I got a load of left sharks. I don't think I'll ever get rid of these. They're just going to be sat in the bank. They've been sat here since WoD in my bank, so I don't think I'll ever be selling those. But aside from all of that, we can then jump through, have a look at all the other materials ready to resell, and then we got the mounts. So the mounts at the moment, judging by this, the Captured Dunes Scavenger is around about, we bought them for just under 70,000 gold. They're currently going for 80,000 gold. We'll wait till the price goes back up, because obviously that multi-boxing thing has hit, so we could probably see a increase in the price. So obviously with the range of the Tamed Bloodfeaster, that mount sells really well. Bought a load of these for 14,000 gold, and the price at the moment is just under 20,000 gold, so that's pretty damn good. Same with the Galactwix ATV, it's actually dropped in price quite considerably, so we'll hold on to those Galactwix ATVs because I know they will sell for higher. We originally bought the Sealed Tome of Lost Legion. We actually bought those for 5,000 gold. They're now currently up to 11,000 gold, so we've made double the amount if we actually were to sell those now. And with Golden Mane is a bit of a weird one, to be honest, because that one flux in price at the moment, so I'm waiting for a bit more stable because the prices are a little bit here, there and everywhere. The other thing of note is the Chewed on Reigns of the Terrified Pack Mule. I bought that for $250,000 gold, and it's currently going for 25,000 gold less, so we're actually waiting for that price to increase within Shadowlands. And with the Reigns of Poseidus, I've got quite a lot of them. 6,498 gold for those I purchased it for, and I could sell those today for 12,855 gold, so that's pretty damn good. If we were to sell all of this stuff, I would probably come out with a net profit, but I'm not going to, because I'm going to hold on to those until later. So we've definitely got over a couple of million gold in there of stuff, so we're just going to hold on to that just for the future, and then we're going to hold on to that other 600,000 as we can then play around with other different things. So moving forward, until Shadowlands comes out, it'll probably be just material farming, stockpiling, and then reselling at a later date. And then we can actually go about doing that, because as soon as Shadowlands comes out, we can see an increase in the price, and that usually typically happens every single expansion. Prices will increase as more people will be farming the current content stuff, and that's usually when I start talking about Azhara's Veil is doing really well, and that is because of it, because the price will go up because there's less people farming it now. Because they'll be doing the current content stuff. So aside from all of that, it'll probably be material farming until then. I do have a few other things planned in the future, such as to go with TSM and all that stuff. I'm actually playing around with some pricing sources and item qualities and all that stuff. So be prepared for all that stuff. And this is mainly just like a check-in video. I know it's a little bit longer than normal, but I really wanted to cover this because I wanted to get back into the swing of doing some regular gold farming. But obviously that is something that I actually neglected. I was mainly just doing my flipping on the auction house with resets and all that stuff, and with the prices coming down, there wasn't much point in actually doing many gathering farms or fishing or anything to that effect, and I really do enjoy that stuff. But with the prices being so low, there was not much of a point to do those hours worth of farming, as my time could have been invested in gearing up my characters and all that stuff. So it's knowing when to farm and when not to farm, really. But aside from all of that, guys, hopefully you guys understand what I plan on doing moving forward in the upcoming weeks before Shadowlands. And other than that, guys, have an awesome rest of the day, and I shall see you in the next video, which will be tomorrow. If you want to support the channel and help make the channel even better, then why not check out the Patreon? Members get additional info, gold making resources, and Patreon specific content. The link is located in the description down below. Thank you and have an awesome day.